Hi, everyone. I am Carrie Little, the designated managing broker of Caremark Realty Group. I am also the host of Coffee with Carrie, typically every Friday at 9 a.m. Central Time. Sometimes I have to adjust because I have to go to class. But today, I am here to talk to you about 3 things I need you to do now as a real estate agent. I'm here to tell you, the market has changed. Even though the market has changed, there's some things you need to know. First of all, inventory is still low. So if you have a seller that needs to sell, it's a great time to still sell, even though interest rates are up. And we could talk about that a little bit next time because my first property, I was on an ARM. Interest rates went down to 5% because I was on the ARM, but they were expected to get up to like maybe 8. So even though interest rates have gone up, it's still a great time to buy because it's not a 20% interest rate. All right, so let's do this. 3 things I need you to do right now as a real estate agent. And then we'll review. And if you have questions, type them in the feed. Number 1, I need you to get serious about mailing. And I'm on Instagram like all of you. I get the sponsored ads. Hey, it's like they're talking to me. Hey, Carrie, no more cold calling, no more direct mail. You can do this with just social media. I believe you can, but if you don't have a following, if you don't have a following, it might not work for you. And if you don't have the budget, I get it. If you don't have the budget to mail, I get it. If you don't have the budget for sponsored ads, I get it. But here's what we know. I need you to, number 1, start mailing to your sphere. If you're like, Carrie, I don't have that budget, then I need you to start capturing their email addresses so you can follow up. And I'm telling you, we know if you look at the generations, my generation, like Gen X, baby boomers, the silent generation, we are more likely to hire you from the mailbox. So consistency matters, and the market is shifting, and people are pausing, and they're like, I'm not sure if I should buy or sell. So number 1, I need you to get serious about mailing to your sphere. And if you're like, don't have that budget, I need you to get their email addresses and then email to them at least every month. And if you're like, you know what, I can afford a mailing maybe every quarter, maybe every 6 months, maybe during the holidays, whether you celebrate the holidays or not, I need you to do something so you touch their inbox or their mailbox. All right. Number 2, learn something new. The market's shifting. And even though the market is shifting, we need to continue to learn something new. Here's what I know because I'm an instructor. I get more people in class when it gets cold outside. I'm in Illinois, even though I'm now licensed in Florida. And when we get into the fall months, when kids go back to school, and now we're back, we're working in person, depending on, which state you were in, you need to learn something new. So if you are like, if it were up to me, I want you to learn something new every month. But here are the 2 classes I think you need to take. The short sale foreclosure rep class. And it'd be great if you learned how to explain agency, especially with the accredited buyer representative designation. So the reason why I'm pushing the short sale foreclosure rep class, even though you might say, Carrie, I'm never going to list a short sale. I don't want to work with pre-foreclosures. I don't want to work with bank owned. Here's what you need to know. Your seller one day could be competing with a pre-foreclosure, a short sale, or a bank owned home. Although I'm pretty sure it's not like it used to be. In Illinois, when I look at, our data, we have over 5,200, Northern Illinois that way. So like south all the way up to the Wisconsin border, maybe 5,200, 5,600, all the way out to like the Quad Cities, pre-foreclosures that haven't hit the market. And then we have over 3,000 bank-owned homes. They're coming, but it's still not like 2008, 9, 10, and 11. So I need you to learn something new. And the value of the short sale foreclosure rep course certification is that now you can understand what it's like to have one, what it's like to list one, and when you're competing, especially when an appraiser has to use a pre-foreclosure. Although most of the pre-foreclosures that I've seen still have equity. And by the way, if you just happen to, come find my video and you're a seller, let's have a conversation. If you're not paying your mortgage, let's at least have a conversation. So send me a direct message. You can have a conversation with me or one of the agents at Caremark Realty Group. Number 3, I need you to make a commitment to show up and work. Listen, people think real estate is a hustle, right? I'll tell you, when I started in 2001, I closed 3 deals within the first 3 months. I'm like, oh, this is great. But I'll tell you, I did call all of my friends before I got licensed. So I had already done pre-work Probably wasn't supposed to do that, but I was like, hey, I'm getting my license. Don't sell your house or don't buy a house until I get licensed. And they were nice enough to wait for me. I was talking to an agent in Minnesota, and this agent has been licensed now 6 months, closed about 3 or 4 deals, but thought real estate was going to be a whole lot easier. You have to create the inbox. You have to create the job. You have to grab your pencil, pen, maybe a cool one. You got to get your calendar. I've got a calendar on my desk. I like a digital calendar. I've got a notepad. You have to create your own inbox. So you have to actually give yourself the work, even though you don't have a paycheck. If you've never read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that's a good book, because when one of the kids starts to work and is not getting paid, like you're not getting paid, Poor Dad says you're not getting paid. Let me tell you, you need to learn how to work without getting paid, because that's what real estate is. You work and we don't get paid until the property closes. Unless you work for a company that actually gives you a paycheck. Maybe we end up there one day. I don't know. I don't know how many of us would survive, but here's the deal. I need you to get up, get dressed, and go to work, even whether it's in your own office, getting up and going to the local coffee shop, going to the local, I'm going to say Panera, like the Potbelly. You got to get up and go somewhere and work. Even if it's like in the hotel lobby, you got to go, you got to get up and work, and you have to create the inbox, even though you might not have an income yet, because you're an entrepreneur, right? Get your coffee and get to work. So here are the 3 things. Number 1, I need you to start focusing on your sphere: mail, email, mail, and email. Number 2, learn something new. I really think you should learn the short sale foreclosure rep certification. I really think you should, because you need to understand how they work. And number 3, make a commitment to work. This is real estate might feel like a hustle. People get into the industry like, ooh, these people make this much in compensation. No, there was a beginning and an end. We had to do the work in the middle. So really commit to doing the work. If there are over 1.6 million realtors, this does not include those that are not members, because there are people that are not members. Do you want to be the agent that has to put your license in holding or let it go because you can't afford to be in the business? You're an entrepreneur. You have to show up and work. So thanks for watching. I'm Carrie Little, the designated managing broker of Caremark Realty Group. Thank you for watching, and please type your questions in the feed and always let me know how you want to learn or what you want to learn from me. Follow me on Instagram, maybe TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and sign up to receive my email or eblast. And if you haven't already done so, you can join the Agent Journey membership. Thank you for watching.